Less than 1 month ago, 6 Christians here in Nashville, Tennessee were murdered by a trans activist. But for far longer than 1 month, the evil far leftists in this country have been targeting, attacking, demonizing, and demeaning Christians and Christianity as a whole. And in the last couple of weeks, they've really upped the ante. Here is actress, singer, and vile hag Patti LuPone doing just that. If you're ever feeling down on yourself or quite frankly stupid, just remember there are some Americans who watch The View.
This before, and I'm going to get in trouble, but I have said this before and it's been in print. I don't know what the difference between our Christian right and the Taliban is. I have no idea what the difference is.
You're not the only person who's said that.
I just don't know what the difference is.
Yeah.
What's happening in this country right now in the name of religion is so dangerous.
Comparing the so-called Christian right to the Taliban? Why? Because we don't want grown men slinging their private parts in front of children? Or because we don't believe you should be able to abort a human being up until birth? Tell me what part of that is Taliban-esque to you. I propose all the ladies of The View book a one-way ticket to Afghanistan and then report back their findings. But that lady has some nerve, some real evil and despicable nerve. If someone on the conservative right said this about any other religion, like the climate change religion or the rainbow religion or the COVID religion, imagine the uproar. But these nasty women from the inside out sit there on ABC every single weekday and spew trash like that, and it's called television. No, it's hate speech. That's what it is. And lady, I don't know if you've looked around lately, but it ain't the Christian conservatives out there looting, pillaging, or assaulting people. No, that's the demonic left at the wheel. But folks, this is all part of the plan for them. They have to demonize Christians because that's the first step to destroying the fabric of our very nation. When you have God and family and church, you don't need to rely on the government. When you believe in something bigger than yourself, you aren't as vulnerable to humanly control. When you worship God, you refuse to worship political and global elites. So if you think now is the time to be quiet about your faith, well, you're mistaken. The devil is busy out there, so we best get to work. You know, I don't think anybody over at the Biden administration was hired for their value, expertise, or even baseline knowledge of anything. And that, of course, includes President Joe himself. But on their bench, they have Kamala, Passage of Time Harris, Karine Nobel Prize Jean-Pierre, chest-feeding / roads are racist Mayor Pete Buttigieg, borderless Mayorkas, clear as day man Dr. Rachel Levine. Oh, and who could forget the ladies' luggage snatcher, Sam Brinton? All absolutely horrible at their jobs and clearly swimming way out of their depth. But I bet you didn't know the director of the ATF, that's alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, doesn't know how to define the thing he wants to take away.
What could you, in 15 seconds, would you define an assault weapon for me?
So
if you go past 15 seconds, I'll just interrupt you.
No, so I'll go shorter than that because I honestly do think if Congress wishes to take that up, I think Congress would have to do the work, but we would be there to provide technical assistance. Unlike you, I'm not a firearms expert to the same extent as you may be.
Folks, these are the kind of people who don't think you should have a firearm, the kind of people who don't even freaking know what a firearm is. That gentleman, he clearly should not have a firearm, but as for the rest of us, shall not be infringed and go fly a kite. But you gotta love liberals. The only laws they like are infringements, but as for immigration law, well, it's mean, and so apparently are the walls designed to keep people out. My next loser of the week is an entire publication, the Los Angeles Times. Earlier this week, an opinion writer who also happens to be a neurosurgeon wrote an article about the horrors of the border wall, declaring that the increased height of the wall, you know, the wall designed to keep illegals out, is too tall because illegal immigrants are falling off and getting hurt. He declares that raising some parts of the wall in the areas lucky enough to have a wall at all to 30 feet instead of 8 or 9 feet is causing more serious injuries for illegals. Well, I'll be damned. It almost feels like, yeah, I'm pretty sure a simple solution to that would be don't try to scale the border wall so as to come into this country illegally. I'm no neurosurgeon, but it's definitely not rocket science either, fella. Sorry, sir, I will not be shedding a tear for the people who hurt themselves trying to invade my country. Not going to happen. And I say, you know, the higher the wall, the closer to heaven, so raise that sucker another 10 feet. But as entitled as illegal immigrants and their apologists are, there's another group of people in the plus-size influencer category who are also quite ballsy with their demands. My final loser of the week is this influencer, Jalen Cheney, who recently started a petition that has garnered over 5,000 signatures to require airlines to either give larger seats or extra seats, all for free, to make obese passengers more comfortable. Excuse me, come again? This person really thinks that by virtue of her and others being obese, they should get the perk and the privilege of better comfort for free on the airplane? And I'm not fat shaming anyone here, but it's utterly ludicrous to assert that being overweight should come with special perks and privileges. No. The individual who takes up more than one seat should have to pay for more than one seat, and that's not fat-phobic to say, it's just common frickin' sense. Enough with the entitlement and the demands. The world does not belong to you because you feel special. Sorry. Those are my losers of the week, and boy, are they something else.